Ken McLennan again, curator at Pleasanton's Museum on Main, and I am here today for the fourth installment in our ongoing video tour of the Smithsonian exhibit Waterways, which is brought to us by Exhibit Envoy and Smithsonian's Museum on Main Street program. The first of today's themes is flow, which is about how water can act as a barrier, but also as a pathway. Crossing water isn't always easy for humans. We can learn to swim, but it's not as natural for us as walking. And we're not really built to spend extended periods of time there. So any largish body of water forms a natural barrier that's going to take some effort to cross. And those physical barriers have a way of becoming political boundaries. Major bodies of water, such as the Great Lakes and the Rio Grande, form part of the borders separating U.S. territory from Canada and Mexico. Within the U.S., the Mississippi River is the traditional dividing line between East and West, and it defines state boundaries along almost its entire length, from southern Minnesota and Wisconsin all the way down to Louisiana and Mississippi at its mouth. But people find ways to cross water barriers, many different ways. In some places, we can wait for winter and cross the ice as though it were land. But we also build bridges to cross rivers and straits. And for wider bodies, we build boats. Once we have boats, travel by water is often easier than travel by land. Rivers, lakes, and even oceans become highways by which we can move people and goods with great efficiency. Before the development of the rail network, water was the most efficient mode of long-distance transport in this country. The next section is called Quench, and it looks at how we use water. On this side of the display, we focus on direct consumption, the water we use in agriculture, industry, and our own households. On the reverse, we'll look at how we use water for recreation and leisure. Of course, one of our major targets of water use is agriculture. Not only do we need it to grow the grains and other plants that we eat, but we also need it for the animals that we raise for food, water to grow their feed as well as for them to drink. About 38% of the fresh water we draw upon goes to agriculture, but it's not the biggest consumer of water in our economy. That would be industry, which accounts for over 40% of America's fresh water use. Most of that water goes into power generation, especially in steam-driven turbines. But industry also uses water as a coolant, as a cleaner, and as an ingredient in manufacturing processes. Household water use, on the other hand, comprises only about 12% of national consumption. Almost 3/4 of that gets used in our bathrooms, showers, sinks, toilets. And we're beginning to reduce that through the use of high-efficiency toilets and showers. But although our direct use of water is a small percentage of the national total, nearly everything that appears in our daily lives has a water cost attached to it. A single apple, for instance, takes 18 gallons of water to grow. A pound of rice, 449 gallons. Cheese, 1 pound, 600 gallons. Chocolate, 3,170 gallons for a pound of chocolate. A pair of jeans, 2,000 gallons of water. You may have noticed the numbers are going up. A smartphone, 240 gallons of water. A t-shirt, 713 gallons. And a car, 39,000 gallons of water involved in building a car. Get a chicken, 1 pound of chicken, not even a whole chicken, 468 gallons. A pizza, small pizza, 333 gallons. A pound of beef, 1,799 gallons. And a gallon of milk, 1,056 gallons of water. A ream of paper takes 1,321 gallons of water to make. And a gallon of tea, 128 gallons of water. A half pound of leather takes 1,096 gallons of water. And a pot of coffee, a gallon of coffee, a big pot, 880 gallons of water. Now this includes everything that is involved in growing, or feeding or manufacturing or cleaning. All of the processes that use water that go into making one of these things. There are the times we bring water to us, and then there are the times when we go to the water. Swimming, surfing, boating, fishing, or just sitting by the shore are among Americans' favorite recreational activities. Also skiing, skating, and snowboarding if you'd rather have your water frozen. Water recreation can be a function of community as well as one of individuals or families. Water-themed events, from the annual blessing of fishing fleets, to boat races, to winter ice festivals, bring communities together as well as visitors to enjoy the fun. And that concludes this week's installment of our video tour of the Waterways exhibit. Waterways is produced by the Smithsonian Institution's Museum on Main Street program and is brought to us through Exhibit Envoy. Please tune in next week when we look at the challenges facing America's water sustainability. Thank you.